You're watching another True Villain commentary.
What's going on, everyone? We just got a massive information drop across two Call of Duty games at the same time. Modern Warfare 4 is finally starting to show off its weapons. And at the exact same time, Black Ops 7 Season 4 is about to drop in just a couple days. And when you actually step back and look at everything together, this feels very intentional because one game is building hype for the future, while the other is trying to keep players locked in right now. Let's start with Modern Warfare 4 because this is where things are starting to feel different. We're not just getting trailers anymore. We're getting behind the scenes looks at how the game is actually being built. And one of the biggest focuses right now, the guns. Infinity Ward is going all in on sound design again. They're out in real locations, recording actual weapons, capturing everything from close range shots to distances over 200 yards, even recording things like shell casings hitting the ground, suppressed vs unsuppressed fire, environmental reflections. And this matters more than people think, because when Call of Duty feels good, it usually comes down to two things: how the guns sound and how the guns feel. And historically, that's something Infinity Ward has always done well. Even people who don't like their gameplay decisions usually agree on that. Their games look good and they sound even better. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We're starting to see a lot of the weapons that are going to be in MW4. Not full gameplay yet, but enough to understand the direction, and the direction is very clear. They're trying to bring back that MW2019 level of immersion, because over the last few years, one of the biggest complaints has been that gunplay started to feel inconsistent. Not bad, but not elite either. MW 2019 set a standard, and since then, no COD has fully matched that level of detail. So now with MW4, it looks like they're trying to get back to that, not just visually, but technically. Even things like audio systems are being upgraded. Sound now reacts differently depending on environment, distance, and even positioning within the map. And proximity chat is being pushed further to where voices actually exist in the world space instead of just sounding like a flat audio layer. That's the kind of detail that doesn't show up in trailers, but completely changes how the game feels when you play it. Now, at the same time, while MW4 is building hype, Black Ops 7 is about to drop Season 4, and this is where things flip completely, because BO7 isn't trying to build hype, it's trying to deliver content. We're getting multiple maps, including a brand new map built around a game show style environment, a returning fan favorite map with a reworked look, and another classic map coming later in the season. And right away, you can see the difference in philosophy. MW4 is focused on realism and immersion. BO7 is leaning into creativity and variety. And honestly, that's how it should be. Now let's talk weapons in Season 4, because there's a lot. At launch, you've got a semi-auto marksman rifle with high damage and strong mobility, and a new SMG with a unique rotating magazine system that forces short interruptions during sustained fire. That alone already changes how gunfights play out. Then throughout the season, more weapons drop. There's a specialized rifle that fires homing projectiles under certain conditions, an assault rifle with extremely high fire rate but limited ammo, and the return of a fan favorite weapon known for its burst style firing behavior. And what stands out here isn't just the number of weapons, it's how different they are. These aren't just reskins. These are weapons designed to change playstyle, and that's something COD has needed more of. On top of that, you've got new attachments that completely transform weapons. Things like converting weapons into entirely different firing styles, changing recoil behavior dramatically, adding trade-offs that actually matter in gameplay, which again adds depth. Now, here's something else that's actually important. There's a new mode focused on a classic gameplay style: simplified movement, streamlined loadouts, limited streaks, perks, and equipment. Basically asking the question, what would this game feel like without all the extra systems? And that's something the community has been debating for years. Do players actually want more mechanics or a cleaner, simpler experience? Now, we're finally going to get an answer. There's also changes happening to ranked play, making systems more transparent, removing hidden mechanics, and making progression easier to understand. And that's a big deal, because one of the biggest complaints in modern COD is that systems feel hidden. Players don't like not knowing what's happening behind the scenes. So increasing transparency, that's always a win. Now stepping back, here's what all of this really shows. Activision is playing both sides right now. MW4 is focused on rebuilding trust, improving core gameplay, fixing past mistakes. BO7 is focused on content variety, keeping players engaged. And the timing, not a coincidence. One game builds the future, the other holds the present. But the real question is, which one actually matters more? Because content is great, but if the core experience isn't solid, players don't stay. And hype is great, but if the game doesn't deliver, players don't come back. So both of these games are important, but for very different reasons. And honestly, the next few months are going to tell us everything. If MW4 delivers on gameplay and BO7 keeps content flowing, Call of Duty could actually stabilize again. But if either one falls short, we're right back in the same cycle. Let me know what you think. Are you more interested in what MW4 is building, or what BO7 is delivering right now? And if you're new around here, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.